Evening YouTube. So as you can see on the table, I have got a fresh delivery. So this one has just turned up from eBay and it is the 100 subs amplifier. So just like I said I would, the moment the channel hit 100 subs, I was on the computer looking for an amp or a receiver with 100 in the model number to mark the occasion. And it was more difficult than what I thought. I really couldn't find much that was like a 100. I did find a couple of things that looked rubbish and I thought I don't want them, I want something that might be quite good. So then I was even looking at speakers. I was thinking, I could get a set of speakers like model 100. But then I came across this. And this is a Denon model DN-A100. So yes, that's right, this is a DN-A100, perfect for the 100 subs amp. Now this thing is 45 watts per channel and it is from 2009. So this is the newest one to come to the channel by a mile. And as you can see on the box there, it's got VW R32 wrote on it. So to me, that's a posh Golf with the 3.2 engine in it. So this box must have been used before, posting someone out some new bits for their Golf. Well, unless I've got bits for a Golf and the amplifier's not even in here. So let me get in there and open it up. And let's see what I have actually got, because I don't really know nothing about this thing. I've never had nothing like this before. So it comes from Denon's Professional series. When I looked it up, they've done 3 of them. This one, a 200 and a 300. So they're Denon Professional series. And you'll see with this one, it's a rack mounter. So it's got a frame in it, on it, so you can put it into a rack. And when I looked up what was different with the Denon Professional series to the normal series, it just said these are more for professional use, to be used in a studio or a bar or something like that, where you'd have the amplifier going 24/7. So they are meant to be built more robust and more reliable. But this one wasn't, because this one no longer works. So it has all been bubble wrapped up nicely in the box. There's a bit of bubble wrap put down the front and the back to protect it. It could have done with a bit more in there. It is a bit loose. I'll get the camera in there and show you. Let you all be nosy at how the seller wrapped it up. So it's got one of them plugs on it, look, that's got the 2-pin plug going into a 3-pin plug. I don't like them. That will get cut straight off. So it said bubble wrap put down the front and a bit put down the back, and it has all been wrapped up nicely in bubble wrap. But that plug there, look at it, putting that 2-pin plug into a 3-pin plug is a right bodge. So if this is Denon's Professional series, then they bodged a plug on it before they even sold it, and that's not very professional, is it? So let's get it out of the box, get the box out of the way. And it is quite heavy, this thing. That's got a fair bit of weight in it, this amplifier. So let me just chuck the box out of the way. And then let me put a bit of bubble wrap down on the table to protect my table while I unwrap it. And let's get the amp back on now. Take the bubble wrap off and let's have a look at her. And it has got a nice bit of weight to it. It's not like the heaviest amp in the world, but it is quite heavy. It looks quite big as well, this thing. Does look like a nice big size. Just get the bubble wrap off it. There she is, look. Denon DN-A100 Professional Amplifier. Move that out of the way. Let's put it down on the table. So there she is, look, the 100 subs amp in all her glory. So yeah, look at it, looks alright, don't it? Looks nice, the old Denon. And it looks good for what I paid for it, 'cause I haven't paid much for this one. 'Cause like I said, this is not working, it doesn't power up, it doesn't do anything. So it's just how I like to buy them, this one. And that sort of made it harder when I'm trying to buy something with a model number 100. 'Cause I did find a few things that was all singing, all dancing and working properly. But I don't want ones like that. That is not what this channel is about. This channel is about getting stuff that doesn't work and bringing it back to life. So as soon as I saw this one, not working, 100 model number, I was like, right, that's the one, I'm going to go after that, because that would be perfect for the 100 subs amp, because I'm going to keep this one forever. This is a proper channel milestone amp. So I did want something that I think is going to sound decent. So let's get in there and have a feel of everything. The on-off felt alright, bass feels nice. Speakers A, speakers B, they feel like they're working alright. You see there, look, it's got a little sensor on it, so I would imagine you can get a remote control for this Denon. I haven't got that. Loudness button, yeah, that feels alright. Treble pot, yeah, that feels okay. Balance, yeah, feels good. All them pots feel really nice. Volume, yeah, that feels alright, the old volume. And I don't know why it's got that white bit stuck on it there, but it has. See, it has got the old Source Direct, cuts out all the circuitry. And then it's got two tapes, phono, CD and tuner. And then DVD and auxiliary. So it's got a lot of inputs, this old Denon. But that's not right, is it? Look, I can just keep turning that round and round and round. Surely it should only turn to the bits it's like selecting. So let's take the knob off that. Is the knob spinning round and round on this shaft, or does this shaft keep going round and round? No, the shaft does. Look, there's nothing stopping that. It just keeps going round and round forever. Surely that's not right, is it? Well, I don't know, it might be. If you own one of these amps, please message me and let me know if that bit should go round and round forever or should it stop. So you can see there, it's got the little frame on it for mounting it in the rack. Now by the look of it, it looks like you can take that off. It is not part of the amplifier. It looks like it's a like extra been added onto it. So it looks good though, don't it, the old Denon? I'll never use that rack mounted bit. I'm not going to mount it in a rack, so I might actually take that off if I can. If it had like the big rack mounted handles on it and that, I would leave it on because it would look really good like that. But where it hasn't got the handles, I might take that bit off. Or I might have a look how much I can get a set of handles for, because I think it would look really good with two big rack mounted handles on it either side. So I'll just put the camera down for a second and then I'll turn it round and we'll have a look at the back. We'll have a look through the vent first. It's got a nice big transformer in it, you can see there, and it does look nice and clean inside actually, this Denon. It's got a big heat sink in it there. Yeah, it looks good inside, this does. I don't know if you lot can see that much with the camera, but it does look really clean and really good inside. And it looks like it's got a massive transformer on it for a 45 watt per channel amp. You see in there, it's got a couple of big capacitors in there. Yeah, it looks nice in there, this Denon. So there's the back look. It will take two sets of speakers. They all feel alright. Yeah, they're all moving. no strip threads or nothing like that. And you can see it's got the little black caps in it, but you can pop them out and then put the old banana plugs in this one. So it's got an AC outlet socket that is switched. Made in China, look. So it'll do one set of speakers at 4 ohm. If you're putting 2 sets on it, 8 ohm. And then you've got all your inputs up this end. So it's got phono, CD, tuner, DVD and auxiliary, and then 2 tape deck connections. Yeah, so it's got it all going on the back of this Denon. It's got a load of connections on it. And there, look, on the back, it's an N29 with a tick. I don't know what that means. But it looks good though, don't it, the back of the Denon. No damage on it or nothing like that. It looks in really good condition, this Denon. And it's got a nice big set of speaker binding posts on the back there. They will take a really nice big fat speaker cable. So yeah, I like the back of that Denon. It's got it all going on and it all looks in good condition. So I just put the camera down again and I'll turn it round. And I've got my tape measure with me, so we do the measurements, see how big it is. Because it is quite big, this Denon. And they do actually do 2 bigger ones. When I looked up about this one, I saw that they do a 200 and a 300. The 300 looked like a really nice big bit of a monster amp. So you never know, if this one's good, I might try and get a 300 because it did look good. So you can see there, that rack mounted part, it just goes on the screws that hold the case on. It's not part of the amplifier, it is separate, so you will be able to take that off. So it bolts on either side, then that front bit bolts to it with them little nuts there. And then where the holes are, you would screw it into the rack. So you can actually take that rack mounted part off. I might do that because with it on, where I'm not going to put it in a rack, it's got quite sharp edges on it. And there, look, it's got that white bit stuck on it. That's like a bit of tape. So I wonder if this has been used in a studio or something. And then they've set that there so they keep the volume always at that white level. Or it might have been used in a bar, innit? And that bit of tape was put on there and the staff was told, if you ever turn it up past that white mark, you instantly get the sack. So let me get my tape measure out and let's do the measurements of it. So with the rack mounted part on it, it is 19 inches wide. But without the rack mounted part on it, how big would it be? Let's get it to hook in that side if I can. Right, so hook it in there. That is just on the amplifier. And then that would be just over 17 inches wide. And then height of it would be, so that's like just under 5 inches without the rack mount on it. And just under 5.5 with the rack mount on it. And let's see how deep it is. It's not actually that deep, this Denon. So there, look, it's just over 10 inches, about 10.25 inches deep. So it is quite a big old lump, this Denon. I like it actually. Looking at it now, yeah mate, you look good, don't you? Yeah, nice this Denon. I do really like it. It looks good with all the white writing on it and that. Professional integrated amplifier, DN-A100. I'm just not sure about that. Should that be going round and round and round? Surely it should stop. And you never know, that could be what's wrong with it. If that's broken inside and not selecting anything, that could be why it's not working. I don't know that. It could have came out of the factory spinning round and round like that. That might be how it is. So like I said, if you own one of these, should that bit spin round and round and round, or does it look like it is broken? So these Denons are like buses, aren't they? Because I haven't had one for ages, and then two have come along at the same time. Because the last unboxing I did was a Denon PMA720 that I bought a couple of weeks ago, and then I've got this one turned up. So the last two amps I've bought have both been Denons. So I'll just put another receiver on top of it just to give you a size comparison, and I shall use the little realistic STA20. And look, the realistic's tiny compared to that Denon. So yeah, we got two Denon amplifiers now on the channel. We had none, but then in the last couple of weeks I've bought two really cheap Denons. Yeah, that's right, DC. This one was another bargain, mate, because no one bid on this. I put in a bid with about 5 seconds to go that was much higher than what I actually got this for, because again, I did think people was going to bid on this, but I put my bid in and no one bid against me. I was the only bidder. So I'm liking this Denon stuff at the minute because I've got two things now really cheap. So I'm going to buy more of this Denon stuff because I think I am the only person that wants it. And if I keep getting this stuff really cheap, I should have a load of it because I really like it. And all the Denon stuff I've had before, it's all had a pretty decent sound to it, and it's really well made, so I don't really understand why people don't go after this Denon gear. And like with me, I probably would not have gone after this one. I would have seen it on the computer and probably took no notice of it because it's something I don't know nothing about. But it was only the fact that I wanted something with 100 in the model number to mark the old getting to 100 subs. And where I couldn't find nothing that wasn't working with 100 in the model number, I was hunting and hunting and hunting, and then I found this Denon and just thought, right, that's the one. So the next one I will do with this subs thing will be a 200 subs amp. So as soon as the channel hits 200 subs, I will try and get something with 200 in the model number. And I know that one's going to be a lot easier than the 100, because just off the top of my head I can think of 3 or 4 things that are model number 200. So I do think when we hit 200 subs I shall easily buy something to mark that occasion. So thank you for watching, and please hit that subscribe button because I'm already looking forward to getting my hands on and testing out the 200 subs amp.